talk to you about Google Apps for Education. Just so you know, Baldwin has gone Google. Why now? Why now are we going Google, you're asking yourself? Well, basically it's for two reasons. Number one, we want to increase your efficiency, meaning we want you to be able to easily work between home and school and home. Additionally, we want to see how well you can collaborate with your peers in your classroom. Google will facilitate that type of collaboration. In order to give you access to Google and all of the great features that lie within, we had to assign to you this year a Gmail. So every student grades 6 through 12 is receiving a Gmail account, a Google account if you will. So as to not confuse you and befuddle your brain with more information, we have configured your Gmail account so that it looks a lot like your username, your logon, and your password that you use every day on the computer. So your Gmail account is going to begin with your year of graduation, your last name, and your first initial, followed by @g.bwschools.net. Your password for your new Gmail account is the exact same password that you currently use to log on to the computers. It begins with 3 letters and is followed by your student number. The reason that we've done this is we didn't want you to have to remember something else, something new, something different, because you already have so many other things going on in your lives. So would you please take out your planners and write down your new Gmail account that's related to Baldwin? Remember, it begins with your year of graduation, your last name, your first initial, @g.bwschools.net. I'll give you a second to record that because you're going to log into your new Google account shortly. While you're writing down your new Gmail account, let me tell you a little bit about what we expect with your new Gmail. First of all, we want you to start using it today. Officially, today is the kickoff of you having a Google account from Baldwin High School. That means that from today forward, all of your communication via email to the teachers in this building should come from this Gmail account. If you already have a Gmail account or some other form of an email account, please use this in lieu of what we're going to call your personal Gmail account. Most adults function with 2 emails, one for their work life and one for their personal life. We'd like you to be the same as an adult at this point. We'd like you to consider your g.bwschools.net email account as your professional email account. All things academic go through it. The other email accounts that you may already have will be deemed your personal email accounts. So from today forward, anything related to academics should run through your new bwschools.net Gmail account. Also, we want you to realize that your Gmail account is a lot like your locker. And what I mean by that is your locker is not a private domain. Even though we give it to you and we encourage you to put your personal items in your locker, it's not a place where you can keep things that would be considered, let's say, inappropriate. If you give us cause to go in your locker, we can and we will, with or without your knowledge and consent. So if, for example, you decided to stash a pound of heroin in your locker, we're going in there. If you decide to use your email account inappropriately, we're going in there. It's not a private domain. It's a tool to use for school and academic purposes. Okay, so now that you have this Gmail or Google account through Baldwin, what do we want you to do with it? First and foremost, we want to draw your attention to Google Drive. Google Drive allows you to store all of your materials on the cloud. What I mean by on the cloud is it's out there in the ether. It's on the internet. You don't have to carry it around on a flash drive. You don't have to email materials to yourself back and forth between home and school. On the cloud means that you have access to whatever it is you have dropped in your drive whenever you log into Google. So if you're at home and you're in front of your laptop, log into Google with your new Gmail account and you can access all of your files that you've stored on your Google Drive. Likewise, if you're at Starbucks, if you're at your grandmother's, if you're at school, log into Google with your new Gmail account and you can access everything and anything that you choose to store on your Google Drive. Think of it as your virtual H drive. Now, one of the nice bonuses to having a g.bwschools.net account is that that drive becomes unlimited storage. If you have a regular Gmail account, you get 16 gigabytes of storage, which, by the way, is a lot of storage, but it's not the same as unlimited. So stop and think about that for a second. Here you are in 9th grade. You have your whole 4 years of high school ahead of you. I don't know if you realize that at the end of every school year, we wipe your H drive clean. We eradicate what's in there to make room for the next group of students coming in. Our server can only hold so much material. So instead of storing it to the school's H drive, you can store it to your Google Drive so that you have access to all of the materials that you have created grade 9 through 12. That may not seem important today, but it might be important down the road. You never know when you write a great paper today in 9th grade that could be of basis or important significance in 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. But I also need to draw your attention to the last bulleted item. You have to use Chrome as your browser. This is incredibly important. There are 3 browsers for the internet that we typically turn to. One is Internet Explorer, another is Firefox, and the third one is Chrome. Chrome works best with all things Google. So we have created a link on the desktop to Chrome immediately, so please use that icon for Chrome in lieu of, let's say, Firefox or Internet Explorer. Chrome is the best browser for all things Google. Now that you know about Google Drive, let's talk about some of the applications that are within Google. First is Google Calendar. Google Calendar is the same thing as having a planner, except you can have it on your phone. I know how much you guys like to be connected to your phone. You hardly ever separate from it. So why not put your phone to good use? Why not upload reminders or dates for tests or projects to Google Calendar and set a reminder for yourself? Maybe on Thursday, a reminder pops up that says, Friday, your paper is due. Most adults function that way, and you should start to think about how your phone can serve you other than just in fun, exciting ways. A second application is a Google Docs. Google Docs functions just like Microsoft Word. What I mean by that is if you open up Google Docs, it's going to look like Microsoft Word. You can type and edit just like you would in Microsoft Word. And what's really nice is if you create a document starting in Microsoft Word and decide later to upload it to Google Drive, it'll convert into Google Docs. If you want to bring that document down off of your drive and back into Word, it works perfectly. They're very interchangeable, which makes life so easy. Google also has Slides and Sheets. They function just like PowerPoint and Excel. If you want to create a Google slide, you can go straight into Google and start with Slides, but then download it into PowerPoint if you need to. Remember that these are all interchangeable applications. Everything that you see in Microsoft Office exists in Google. So at this point, I want you to understand that the district has done everything that they can on their end to make sure that you are ready to work seamlessly between home and school. We have installed Google Chrome on all of our computers here at the high school, and it seems to be working seamlessly without any problems. If you want to go to your Google Drive or to your Gmail, please use Google Chrome as your browser. But if you want to continue that kind of fluidity of working between home and school, you have a couple things you need to do yourself. If you are interested in having your devices, such as a tablet or a phone, sync with what is going on in your Google Drive or Google account, you have to download Google Drive, Gmail, Slides, Docs, and/or Sheets, depending on what you want to do. That is a separate and individual download to any and all of your devices. That means you will be installing Drive, Gmail, Slides, Docs, Sheets, whatever applications, even the calendar, to your devices. One of the nice things about Google is it's non-discriminatory. It doesn't care if you have an iProduct like an iPhone or an iPad. It doesn't care if you have an Android product like a Samsung Galaxy or a Surface. It's non-discriminatory and it works on all devices, which is really a beautiful thing for all of us. The second reason Baldwin decided to go Google is we wanted to help you folks develop skills of collaboration. We understand that your future employers are hoping to find people who can work collectively with others toward a common goal. We want you to be the people who are hired in those jobs, so we're going to teach you ways to collaborate with fellow classmates in your class. That doesn't come easily though. Google, however, is one of those tools that will help us get better at that collaboration. Look on the screen here. Anything that's in your Google Drive can be shared with others through the use of the Share button. That's a pretty neat trick. So let's pretend for a second that you have been put into a group of 4 and you guys have to write a paper together or create a PowerPoint together. One person can begin the paper through Google Docs or the PowerPoint through Google Slides and then share it with everybody else on the team just by clicking the Share button. That Share button then allows the other people on the team to upload that document or that PowerPoint to their drive. And anytime somebody adds something or changes something to the document or to the slide, it's going to appear in everybody's Google account. Everybody's drive will reflect the new version of the document or the PowerPoint. Here's a paper that was shared among the NHS students. We were able to share this document through the Share button in the upper right-hand corner. Once you click that Share button, you can enter the email address of everybody on your team. And guess what? You don't have to exchange personal information anymore. You know the configuration of the Gmail accounts. So all you have to do is type in the year of graduation, the student's last name and first initial at g.bwschools.net, and then share. That person will receive an email that says, hey, so-and-so wants to share a document with you. And once the person receives the email and accepts the sharing, that document or that PowerPoint will appear in both of your Google Drive. Okay, so we have a couple takeaways from today's presentation. Number 1, you have a new Gmail account, a Google account given to you by the school district. From today forward, you are expected to use that Gmail Google account in lieu of your personal accounts. And secondly, if you want that fluidity of working from home to school, school to home, you have to download the available apps through Google Play or the Apple App Store and install them on your devices, such as a tablet or a phone, so that you can sync your files and have them accessible anywhere that you are.